childhood. So I remember when I was a child, I said this to myself, like I really want a film to be made on tennis. But surprisingly, I didn't know that I'm going to be a part of it. So yeah, it was a great journey from tennis background to getting into the film and getting back to tennis and playing as a player. Yeah. I remember when my parents saw Sania Mirza playing this sport, and definitely it was through media. So this movie is also going to encourage a lot of kids to get into this game, and their parents who will support them. So this is what particularly this message, I mean this film would provide you. No, while playing the role of as a tennis player inside in the film, I was quite comfortable because I was like really my zone. And while playing a role of an actor or something, that was actually the time when I was little nervous, like I don't want to give a lot of takes with Ranveer sir or Divya ma'am, or they might get pissed or something like that. But they were really patient with my skills, acting skills. So yeah, it was a kind of a good journey. बहुत एक्चुअली लियांडर सर के साथ डबल्स खेलना मेरे लिए बहुत ज़्यादा सरप्राइजिंग था. कभी नहीं सोचा था ये होने वाला है मेरे साथ. और यहाँ पर आए वो हमारे फिल्म के लिए डेफिनेटली बहुत बड़ी चीज़ है. काफ़ी इंटरेस्टिंग था उनके साथ मिलना और खेलना. टेनिस में एक्चुअली ऑफ कोर्स फिटनेस बहुत ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट है. और फिटनेस हाँ काफ़ी रहता है हमारा. सुबह बहुत सारी प्रैक्टिस रहती है, शाम को बहुत सारी, दोपहर में थोड़ा सा ब्रेक एंड वापस वही सारी चीज़ें करो. और कंटिन्यूसली यही रहना चाहिए कि तुम्हें ऐसा नहीं कि एक वीक कर लो दूसरा 2 वीक ना करो तो अभी तुम्हारे पास रहेगा वो स्ट्रेंथ या फिर वो मूवमेंट्स, वो सब नहीं रहता. तुम्हें कंटिन्यूसली वही चीज़ पे पूरा टाइम वर्कआउट करना पड़ता है, तब जाके तुम्हें इतना सा बिट मिलेगा ऑन मतलब जब आप मैच में रहोगे तब. तो बहुत फिजिकल फिटनेस बहुत ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाता है मैच में.
Well, I'm delighted that this effort took place because tennis in a way is a very popular sport in India, but on the other hand you know, it may not be a sport of the masses because the facilities are very limited. So how do you bridge this gap between a sport that's so famous internationally, one of the, I suppose, the most popular sports in the world? In India, we've had plenty of tennis heroes, but the sport hasn't really somehow, I think, gone down to the masses. What better way than a movie, a film, to make the masses understand not the subtle nuances and details of the sport, but the fact that it is a very exciting sport, that many people play it, sometimes people of less privileged background also play it, and ultimately it's a human story, isn't it, about a girl who may not have been the favorite, who had all sorts of other obstacles to cross, and eventually she wins. So it's a feel-good movie eventually, but apart from that, it's a movie that I think tries to connect the masses with what may not be a mass sport. So I think it's a very brave effort by Anup here, and I applaud him for it.
Well, okay, the whole concept started with first and foremost, the credit has to go to Mr. Mukesh Khanna of CFSA for wanting to do a film on sports. If he didn't want to do a film on sports, the whole idea, though germinated earlier, would have died a death. Could have been translated into something else and not a. So to start with, as I said, Mukesh Khanna, Mr. Mukesh Shaktiman Khanna, who wanted to make a sports film. Well, he did approach me because he knows I have a fetish for sports. And since I do write a bit, he says, would you want to do a film? I said, Neki or Puch Puch. So then when I say I normally mean we, because the two brothers working together. So we then proposed an idea to him, which he liked, which then got translated into more of a full-blown script, and then a dialogue script, and then that's all. Like Charu said, see, the issue here is, there is one misnomer about tennis, that tennis is only a rich man's sports film. The sport is only for a rich man, which is not a fact. I do believe that cricket also is, if tennis is for rich people, so is tennis, so is cricket for that matter. Here you need two guys And even if you do not have two guys, you just need a marker to play against who are not highly paid. So you just need to, first and foremost, it may go on to, though it is not, that's not the moral of the story though, but it may go on to a certain extent to remove the myth, the misnomer, that tennis is played only by rich people. Tennis is like any other sport. Anybody can go and play it. And in fact, it needs lesser effort than a cricket game, because for a game of cricket, you need 11 people. Just 2 people can go and play. So anyways, that was the point where now, the way Anushka acted in it, the basic story of the film is how about a coach cum father, a very difficult father to please, trains his daughter to be a champion, and of course there is a fallout between them, and how this girl called Anushka Singh goes on to do her father proud, her club proud, and the city proud. But there is a subtext, a very strong subtext in this film is that parents, I'm repeating myself, parents should not try to live their dreams to their kids. Let them soar high. 29 मार्च को फ्राइडे को ये रिलीज़ हो रही है थिएटर्स के ऊपर थ्रू वकाओ. देयर इज़ अ मॉडल कॉल्ड वकाओ विच इज़ अ जॉइंट वेंचर बिटवीन बुक माई शो एंड पीवीआर. देखिए, प्रोड्यूसर हैं अशोक वाधवा, अनूप वाधवा, मैं अनूप वाधवा हूँ. बेसिकली हम एग्जीक्यूटिव प्रोड्यूसर्स हैं. प्रोड्यूसर हैं CFSI चिल्ड्रन सोसाइटी इंडिया, जिसके चेयरपर्सन थे मुकेश खन्ना, और अभी आउटगोइंग चेयरपर्सन मतलब इनकमिंग चेयरपर्सन कोई नहीं आया. हमने कितना कन्विंस करा उनको. ऑब्वियसली सर, जो फिल्म बनती है उसमें कन्विंस तो करना ही पड़ता है. हमारी कन्विक्शन उनको कन्विंस होने की आवश्यकता थी, वो हुए कन्विंस, परंतु ऑब्वियसली जैसे नॉर्मल एफर्ट लगता है सर. आप नंबर पूछ रहे हैं तो लगे होंगे कि 150-200 दिन.
First of all, my hats off to the producers to bring out a concept like this on sports, and especially on tennis, which is like really not, so well promoted in the country. Is the mic on?
Yeah. It's on.
I think it's a great step. It's a great initiative. Knowing fully well that this film is not going to be a commercial hit, to put in money in it, and as a producer, I know what it is like. I was very impressed when they called me for the audition, and they said, like, it's the first film that's going to be on tennis, and we've got you to play this. Hats off to Suhail Tatari, who is the director of the film also, who had the faith in me that I could carry this role out. But yeah, on the whole, incredible.
मैं इस फिल्म में क्रिएटिव वर्क देख रहा था, और मैं उस वक्त से देख रहा हूँ जब इसका बीज पड़ा था, और आज ये पूरा बड़ा पौधा तैयार हो चुका है आज वो सबको फ्रूट देने के लिए. तो मुझे बड़ी खुशी हो रही है कि हमारी फिल्म 29 को रिलीज़ होने वाली है. इसमें बहुत सारे अप एंड डाउन हुए, एंड बहुत मज़ा आया इसको शूट करने में. और मेजर साहब, दिव्या जी, रणवीर जी, दक्षिता और जितने यंग बच्चे थे, उनके साथ बहुत मज़ा आया काम करने में. और ख़ास करके बच्चों में जितना इंतज़ाम था वो कमाल का था. मतलब इतनी हीट में भी वो बच्चे वहाँ खड़े रहे, शूट किया. सर ने भी इतनी गर्मी में भी शूट किया. हेड्स ऑफ, बहुत मज़ा आया.
For me, when I got the call from Charu to say that India's first tennis feature film is coming out, Charu's been a very old friend of mine, someone that I go back to my childhood days in Kolkata. Apart from all of you all who know Charu as one of the best anchors of the sport of tennis, or for any sport for that matter. I think India actually, as much as we gained a television star, we have actually lost a sporting star. Apart from him not being generous today, he's a wonderful host. At 6-all in the tie-break, he managed to hit an ace and win the match today. At the same time, it shows you his competitive instinct. For me to be here this evening is to actually honor everybody on this dais here. Kharjim is the tennis court that I actually play on. The court that you all are actually sitting on right now is a tennis court that I've been so blessed to practice on for the last 10 years. And on this court, with all the years that I've practiced, I've probably won 7 Grand Slams after practicing on this court. So I'd like to thank Bilani Sahib, who is sitting on my left there. Bilani Sahib, the Bilani Cup, and his run tournaments in India since I was a little boy. Junior, as we fondly call him, is Secretary of Tennis for the Kharjim. So I'd like to thank Junior and Sanjay Devnani, who's walking away from us at the moment. But I'd like to thank the Kharjim for allowing us to not only be here this evening and showcase India's first tennis feature film, but also allowing me to practice and train here and hone my skills. Right from Chakade, right to Bhag Milkha Bhag, right to the movies that have come out subsequent on MS Dhoni, Sachin Tendulkar. There are many biopics that are on the cards at the moment. Saina Nehwal, Sania Mirza, some of the big stars of our country are coming up with their own biopics. But today, Anup and his team are announcing the first tennis feature film, and I think that's a big feather in your cap to actually announce India's first tennis feature film. So congratulations, Anup, to you, your brother, team, for putting on the first movie that we have on tennis.